Are you spicy? Are you single? And are you stuck there? Today, we're going to fix that on this episode of the Midnight Manor. I'm your host, Midnight. Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to be tackling a common problem that I've seen in not only the munches and events that I've hosted, but something I've also seen a lot of people asking about online, which is I'm submissive, I want to be ready to jump into a relationship, but I don't have a master to serve, I don't have the skills that I need for it, and I want to be ready for when I can move into that relationship. How do I do so? We're going to be tackling this. I'm going to be doing, this video is going to be focusing on the submissives. I'm going to be making a separate video as well for the DOMs. And this is going to break down into two parts. One, the prep. So getting ready with the skills that you need and that you want to be able to bring forth into a relationship. And the second part is to be seen, how to be able to help actually connect and find people in the lifestyle that you can build this relationship with. Let's get started. So the first part is prep. How do you get yourself ready for a kinky relationship as a submissive if you don't currently have a master or a dom, whatever it is that you are looking for? So one of the first things I would recommend is developing practicing some sex slave positions. You can easily Google this online to be able to find a whole collection of them. I've seen some people develop well over 200 positions into their relationship. You don't have to worry about that just yet. As I say, focus on the little things. You want to develop 2 to 3 different positions that cover a couple different varieties. I would recommend something like the Nadu position, having something where you're standing, and then maybe something where you're lying down or on all fours. It allows you to be able to express submission, service, and vulnerability. By practicing these various different positions, not only is it going to help you to develop routines and practice training, which is going to showcase that you are someone who can do these sort of things, that they are trainable, that they can listen and follow routines, you're going to have a collection of starting positions that are going to work very well. And by working on a couple of the more, for lack of a better word, entry-level or common positions, this isn't going to mess you up if the dominant wants to re-educate or train you on something specific. A lot of these are going to be fundamentals that can either be easily adjusted or incorporated into your relationship, so they're very safe to be practicing and engaging in. The other part is learning to develop some of your domestic skills, and a lot of this really is a lost art that's happened to us there. And that's going to focus primarily on 2 key skills, cooking and cleaning. I touched base on this a little bit in one of my old podcast episodes where we were with a professional sub who was really talking about the importance of being able to maintain your own space before you're actually in a relationship. You should be focusing on living the lifestyle as a sub without a dom or a master. And then that way, whenever you're inviting them into your life and you're getting started, you already have these routines again developed. Breaking it down into 2 parts there for cooking. Sure, everyone can make macaroni and cheese. You can make any sort of basic meal. We want to take it just 1 notch higher. This is about cultivating, again, 2 to 3 dishes. These could be creative appetizers, fancy entrees, or delicious desserts. And just by elevating your cooking game by just a little bit, you will be able to stand out, and you're going to be able to make your dom feel special. You could easily watch a video with Gordon Ramsay or various other famous chefs about learning like things like garnish or little things that kind of take your game a step above. And that's really is about what we're trying to accomplish here, because you're building the fundamentals for developing the rituals and routines that will go into your lifestyle. And again, this is not something that is sex determinative. Whether you are a male sub or a female sub, it is so important to be able to have that cooking game. It's an easy way to someone's heart. Even as a dom, I have a couple of dishes so that when my subs come over, I might make them a really nice meal so that they know that I understand the efforts that I'm asking them to put into, and that I have that grasp of what they're going to be doing for me. It also, as a dom, as a little tip there, makes me more appreciative of what they're putting in as well. So being able to cultivate just a couple of these special dishes is going to make someone feel special, and then you've already got them in your pocket. Because as soon as you can just sort of drop a couple of these basic things, you're going to stand out. Everything here is when you're starting at zero, this is the beautiful thing about all this. When you're at zero, getting just to the first level is the biggest difference for the least amount of effort. And that's why it's so important that you cultivate these fundamentals while you're still single. This is your advantage stage. You should be taking full advantage of it. Make sure you develop. The last thing I'm going to say is, in terms of developing some neat little niches, because you really should be cultivating your personality in it as well. As a sub, you're not just a blank slate. You're still a person. You still have your own culture, your own desires, your own personality, and you want to showcase that. So again, you can start to focus on 2 or 3 little things that you can do as mini rituals, or things that can be a very good service based on who you are. One story I remember is at a munch, I always get a glass of water with my meal. I would fill it up there because I'm always talking, my throat gets parched. I remember one sub, it was her first time out there in the community. She was single, she was looking for a partner. And I was chatting with her, she was sitting next to me, and she just took the jug of water. She saw that I had filled my cup already a couple times, and she offered to fill mine for me. I remember this from at least 7 years ago when this happened. And it still stands out to me that someone just went out of their way to offer that small little token. And I'll tell you what, she got herself in a relationship in less than a year, and she's still with them today. So these little things do work. And again, if you are out in a community, and if you are new and you're already standing up by doing these little things, it's going to attract more people into your sphere. It's going to make you stand out. So make sure that those simple little things are what you are focusing on. The next part 2, is how to be seen. Now, back in the day, you used to have a lady, if she was single and wanted a man's attention, she would just drop a handkerchief. Guy would pick it up, introduce themselves, and it gave an excuse to talk to each other. Now, we don't do that exactly nowadays, but we do have other means of helping to stand out in the crowd in a vanilla world. This could be simple as having maybe some like cuffs around your wrists, a collar, a spike collar of a bell on it, even a neck choker. All these things can help to hint that you're into an alternative lifestyle without standing out too much. And again, you can cultivate this to your personality. Let people know what type of sub you are, or even what type of person you are. It could be something cutesy, it could be something pet related, it could be goth, whatever it is that is your niche. Make sure you're wearing something to showcase that. We all have to peacock out there if we want to be found by the right person. If you're not dropping those breadcrumbs for them, how are they supposed to find you? Speaking of finding you, there is one spot that if you want to be able to connect with local kinksters and across the world, you need to check out fetlife.com. It is considered the kinky Facebook, and while it's not officially a dating website, it kind of is a dating website. I've started so many relationships, play partners, training experiences from the people that I've met in the community online. You can also find people who are local in your area, further apart. It's a great way to join other groups, ask questions, and be able to help cultivate your social circle. Now, as much as FetLife is wonderful, it is also the wild west of the internet. If you are someone who is female presenting, you want to be careful about what pictures or attention you're drawing towards yourself. If you are posting a lot of thirsty content, let's say, you're going to be drawing a lot of unwanted attention. I wish I could say it was better than that, but so many women have shown me the private messages, and there's a lot of jerks out there. So you want to be careful about what pictures you show to people who aren't your friends, and you really want to focus more on showcasing your submissive style and personality, as opposed to being thirsty, showing a lot of skin, trying to be more on the sexy side. Unless that general attention is something you're looking for, have at it and have fun. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about being a sub trying to find a dom. The reality of it is there are more submissives out there than there are doms. And part of this is it does take a little bit more effort to be a dom, a little bit more confidence to be able to lead on there. But this doesn't actually have to be a problem for you. It can actually be the solution for creating a really unique experience. You can consider doing bottoming from the top. I will go over this more in detail in a future video. The summary is when you're starting off with someone who has no dominant experience, but they do want to please you, you can take the time to communicate to them what it is that you like, how to be a dom, the things that you enjoy, and providing that safe experience for them. It's going to be a lot of heavy communication, hands-on approach, and you really showcasing being comfortable in your own submission to be able to show your partner what it is that you like. While this is a little bit more work than you might traditionally think as a submissive, it is again going to create that experience where someone who wants to be with you, you showing all that effort in creating those unique experiences, that really is the fundamental of what makes these relationships last long term, is by cultivating these unique experiences. And if you're the one who's helping them develop these skills, that's something they're going to remember. I had a friend, she did that. She met this new guy. He didn't know anything about what he was doing. I did a first scene with them at a local club to help get them started. Then she took it from there. He found out that he actually did enjoy being a dom, but had no skills. And she, on the other hand, had over 10 years in the lifestyle with experience. So she cultivated, showed him how to be able to do things, and created that safe spot. Because I will say, even as doms, we need safety. We need to feel like it's okay to be dominant, and that we're not hurting, and that this is something that you're enjoying. Because at the end of the day, this is a power exchange between two equals. So don't forget to put that into your pocket to make the relationship that you want. The more effort you put in, the more you're going to stand out, and the more you're going to get back. At least more options that you're going to want. Now, of course, speaking of doing other things for subs, don't forget to sub to the channel, like, comment. If there's anything that I missed, let me know so I can do more deep dives into exploring these topics with you. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Are you an aspiring dom? Are you single? And are you stuck that way? We're going to fix that today. Welcome to the Midnight Manor. I'm your host, Midnight, and today we're going to be tackling the ever-prevalent question of I'm kinky, I'm single, and I'm stuck there. We're going to be working on helping to cultivate the skills and abilities to not only have what it takes to be able to be a dom, but how to actually be seen and to help find people there that you can connect and build a relationship with. And of course, if you are a submissive, I've already done a video specifically for subs. This one is going to be for doms, but don't be afraid to watch to get tips and insights on what it's like on the other side. Let's begin. So first part, you can feel it within you. That primal urge, that dominant feeling, but you have no experience. You don't have anyone that you currently know who is a dom, what to do, how to get started. So like, how are you going to find someone and be like, hey, you should be my sub? Me? I've got 0 skills, but a lot of enthusiasm. I will say that can sometimes work. But we're going to be developing and learning how to do these skills while you are single, so that when you do find someone, you can show them that you're not just talking or saying that you're dom. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of people out there who say they're doms, but they're not really doms. They just basically want to order and tell you what to do without actually taking into the serious consideration of the lifestyle, the effort, and what you're supposed to bring to the table as well. I'm going to be breaking a couple of this down into some fundamental and very popular skills that a lot of submissives would love their doms to be able to show. The first of which is bondage, also known as shibari, which is rope bondage. These are very easy skills to begin to develop. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on the basics of the rope, so you don't have to necessarily go out and spend a couple $100s on fancy equipment on there. We want to make sure that this is easily accessible while you're starting out. Now, of course, you might be saying, Midnight, of course I want to tie someone up, but I don't have someone. Well, look around your house. There are plenty of objects that you can work with. There's pillows, chairs, tables. Hell, get creative. Tie the chair to the table. Tie your couch to your coffee table. Make a web of it. Take a picture. Post it. Have some fun with it. There's so many fundamentals of it that can be done without actually needing a person around. I've done over 100 different shibari workshops at this point. And what I've told so many people about breaking down the complexity really of shibari is you're wrapping the rope over and under. That's it. So have fun with that. There's also tons of tutorials about learning some of the basics like single column ties, diamond harnesses, all things that you can learn in less than an hour and then practice to develop. You're then going to begin to build that confidence and understanding some of those basic principles of rope bondage. That's going to make you stand out as a dom and get comfortable all at the same time. Now the next part is about impact play. We're going to be talking here more about floggers, paddles. This is where you're going to have to invest at least a little bit of money in to be able to get some items. But there are a lot of entry-level things that you could start with. You can even convert some things at home. Check out my video, Is Your Home a Secret Den of Pleasure, where I go over a couple of these items that you can actually have already in your home that you can be using. Now again, to get familiar with it is, use it on yourself. Don't ever feel that because you're the dom, oh, I'm too much of a domly dom to ever, have anything impact me. I'm going to tell you something that is horseshit. I have flogged myself, I have spanked myself, I have tested every toy I have in my collection on myself. Because I want to know how it feels. I want to know how it feels on my partner. And if you can showcase that and get comfortable with those skills, that's going to elevate you not only on a skill level, but on a personal level, because they're going to know that you understand the risks, that you are safety oriented. And again, you can also practice on a pillow if you want to feel comfortable with striking, like if you have a bamboo stick, if you have a flogger, just take a pillow, put a little bit of tape on it there, just kind of like marking an X on it, and then just practice swinging. Again, and again, and again. Repetition builds the confidence. I've done it. I know that it works, and it will work for you as well. If you also want to put a little bit in for the bondage, my first bondage partner was a $20 inflatable doll that I purchased. It felt weird, but it was great for practicing chest harness, ties, moving the body around, getting a feel for some of that. Now, it's not the same as a body, but it will help you to understand where to wrap, to build that confidence when you're working with someone. And I guarantee you, if you are confident on that level, it's going to show in those scenes as well. One of the last things I'm going to talk about with prep is learning to cultivate a look. This could be in your sense of fashion, it could be in accessories, rings, watch, the clothes that you wear, maybe makeup. You want to be able to feel like you stand out. You want to be able to be more than just the vanilla. If you're walking around with just a t-shirt and shorts, what makes you different from anyone else? Show that you have discipline. Show that you have focus, that you've invested in yourself, and that you're going to invest in yourself, that you're already working on developing those routines, the rituals, the self-learning. All these can be reflected in your own vanilla life with how you choose to dress yourself, how you choose to niche yourself. Because again, that's going to help you stand out to the people who are like you. You don't want to be going out there and just trying to get anyone. You want to find someone that you vibe with. And it's the same thing that I was telling the submissives. You have to create a look so that you attract the right kind of person. We are all being peacocks out here. You want to be noticed? Be noticed. Stand out. Make that extra effort. It makes all the difference. And one thing I said in my previous video as well, the great part is when you're going from like 0 to just that first level, it's going to be one of the easiest things for just getting those basics. And it's going to have like the most reward for effort put in. So don't be concerned about trying to, learn how to Florentine flog, or making sure that you have this expensive collection, or that you know how to suspend someone off the floor. Start with the basics. And then when you have someone, you can work on those together and see, you know what? Maybe you're into this. I'm into this as well. Let's work and build on this. Now, for part 2, how to be seen. So, you may not be comfortable walking down Main Street in full leather, flogger at your side. It may not vibe right with the vanilla crowd. So I'm going to recommend that you check out FetLife.com. It's essentially the kinky Facebook. Now, it's not officially a dating website, but it kind of is. It's a great way to be able to meet kinksters in your local area or abroad. You're going to find a lot of great workshops on there as well that are virtual. So, I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, I'm in a town with only 200 people. Well, guess what? You might be the only dom in town with 100 other people who are looking for someone just like you. So, do not ever let your location be a limiting factor. Get those workshops. Interact with your own local groups. And take advantage of those opportunities to stand out as a leader. If the area you're in doesn't have a munch, guess what? Start a munch. You don't have to be an expert. Don't even say you're an expert. Just say, hey, I'm excited about building a community. I'm going to be down here. I'm going to grab a coffee. I'm going to have my favorite book. If anyone else is interested in meeting someone and building a community together, come and join me. Boom, you're already starting to build up that community. And if there are already events happening in your area, go. Talk to people. Find the local leaders. We're always trying to cultivate the next generation of people, whether they're doms or subs. We want to showcase our skills. And if you put in the effort to show that you want to learn, and you're constantly orbiting in their circles, you're going to get noticed. Now, I will say, when you're out at events, don't be a horn dog. Don't be jumping on anyone or anything. Allow yourself to showcase who you are. When you're not trying to get laid, when you're not trying to get into a relationship, that's the best time of when you're actually going to find someone. It is so bizarre how many times I've been able to get into a relationship while not trying. There was my current relationship. I was literally just getting fresh out of a relationship, and I didn't want to date someone, but I wanted to continue to have a shibari partner, so I talked to someone. And we ended up connecting over so many things, and we were both like, we don't want to be in a relationship. We kept doing things together, and we found out, hey, we're really compatible. We have a lot in common. We never really got to know each other all that well. And now we're in a relationship. So don't ever let that hold you back. And I want to share a little personal story on something that I know a lot, especially for guys out there. You're going to see a lot of people on YouTube or in other spaces talking about how women only want the top 10% of men. You've got to be 6'4", blue eyes, trust fund. I'm going to say that is a load of horse shit. There have definitely been times where I have not been the best choice. I've been inexperienced, still gotten myself into a relationship with subs. I've been massively overweight, still got a relationship with subs. I've been broke, still able to find people. Because that personality, that experience, there's so many people out there who just want someone to be able to have that meaningful experience with. So never think that, if you're not this top dog player, that you can't find a relationship. Sure, experience is going to help you and make it easier for more doors and opportunities to come your way. But there are so many people who are looking right now. And you putting in the effort and showcasing that is going to create a lot of wonderful results for you. Get yourself out there, keep swinging, keep developing your skills, and you will find success. You will not be stuck. But you have to put in the effort. You have to put yourself out there, and you will find the results. Now, of course, if there's anything that I've missed or more that you want to be able to learn and talk about, make sure you comment below. Let me know so I can do more deep dives on there. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share this with someone who you also think might be in that same scenario. Let's all grow together. And I'll see you next time. Take care.